Hello everyone, if you're here, it means you like Dr. Myles Munroe. Our job here is to share his messages. Today, we are talking about his message on how to recover from your failure. To fail as a leader is not as bad as failing to deal with that failure effectively or recovering from the failure. Everyone has experienced disappointment or failure in one thing or another. Everyone has felt depressed at one moment of their lives because of failure. The problem is not the failure, it's how you deal with that failure. Most people or leaders don't know how to handle failure. To fail as a leader means the closing of your account of trust because people will lose their trust in you, and of course you can't pay for trust, demand for trust, or buy trust. To be able to recover from your failure, you, first of all, have to admit that you have failed, and you need help. Acceptance is the first step of recovering from failure. In the Bible, David said to the Lord, "Against you and only you have I sinned. I was born in iniquity. My sins are always before me. I have sinned. Restore the bones that have been broken. Purge me, Lord." David made his disgrace open and even wrote it in a book. He admitted that he had sinned. No wonder he died with dignity. If you can't admit your guilt, then no one can help you. You won't even be able to help yourself recover from your failure. Acceptance is the first step to recover from your failure. Identify a true and reliable authority in your life to be accountable to. Find someone with strong spiritual values to guide you through. This authority you want to trust and rely on should not be your friend. Yes, he can be friendly with you, but he shouldn't be your friend, because if this authority is your friend, then you will be lazy and not respect appointments. You will not follow the advice given to you and will take him for granted or minimize his efforts towards helping you recover from your failure. Also, you must be obedient to the advice given to you and submit to that authority without conditions. Sometimes it can be very difficult, or the damage can be so great, but you have to accept responsibility and completely submit yourself so that you can be helped to recover from your failure. You must accept responsibility for all the failures, and you must agree never to attempt to defend yourself or your act of indiscretion. Never try to explain to people after you have fallen because you have lost your authority over your people. Instead of trying to explain yourself, allow the authority to represent you. Let them speak on your behalf because they still have authority over the people. When Peter denied Jesus, he was restored by Jesus himself. Everyone was sure Peter would not show up for their next meeting, the Last Supper. But Jesus said, "Tell my disciples to meet me and make sure Peter comes for this meeting." And if Peter had just shown up, everyone would have attacked him, but once the authority calls you back, it's over because people can start to trust you again. When you bring yourself back telling everyone that everybody has a weakness you know, nobody will trust you because they are sure you have not been working to rebuild yourself and recover from your failure. When you fall, run for cover, don't run for an explanation. Shut your mouth and let someone else speak for you. Total submission to the discretion of the authority with regards to your readiness to return to public service. You cannot bring yourself back, the authority has to bring you back, and they decide when to bring you back. So you can't start saying that I have prayed and fasted and even went for therapy and the Lord told me to come back. That's a lie. That's why some people never come back from their failures, they keep falling back. The authorities have to bring you back because they have to slowly earn back the trust that people had for you. Since the people don't trust you anymore but they trust your authority now uses the respect these people have for them to restore the trust they once had for you. The people start thinking that if this authority can trust him again, then we will begin to trust him again too. You must remember that you can't demand trust, or pray for trust, or buy trust. You must try to be accountable for your actions. You will have to report for the rest of your life to an accountable authority to protect you and for the people you influence to be able to regain their trust in you. The permanent establishment of a relationship with the authority for ongoing accountability is necessary. When people don't trust you anymore, the only way they can start building their trust in you is for a higher authority that they trust to trust you. That way, they can start to rebuild their trust in you. You can come back after a fall, you just need to be patient and follow the instructions. People trust you as they get to know you, so trust is built over time. Trust is the currency or the key to your leadership, and that's the reason why leaders are successful, because people trust them. If you violate the trust that people have for you, you lose your leadership position. Your position is safe as long as the trust is there. When you fail, stop explaining why, just confess it, admit it, and take responsibility for it. You just have to fix it because there is no justification for wrongdoings. You must accept responsibility for all the failures and agree never to attempt to defend yourself or your act of discretion. When you fall, run for cover, not an explanation. Rebuild your trust so that you can be trusted again. Thank you for watching. We hope you've been blessed by this video. If you felt encouraged, please share with others who might equally find it encouraging. And also subscribe for regular updates.